Argentine consumer, what is it? The Argentine consumer is the one who chooses the medium to interact with brands. It is demanding and demands honesty and transparency. Take care of your health and the place where you live, and prioritizes experiences above all possessions. Characteristics is not opportunistic, impulsive, or uninhibited, just the opposite. The Argentine middle-class consumer today is rational, moderate, and even distrustful. In times of tight pockets and uncertainty, he thinks and plans his purchases more and uses the tools he learned in other times of crisis. What do you consume the most? Clothing and sporting goods. Clothing, non-sports, food and drinks. Mobile phones. Computing. Air conditioning units. Audiovisual content and software. Electronics. Audio, video and TV. Argentine consumer information in the Market magazine. Link: https://mercado.com.ar/protagonistas/perspicitivas-consumidor-argentino-2020 link. https://revista/ediciones-septiembre-no121-219/dos-esquivos-segmentos-el-universo-consumidor-argentino. The 4A that define how the Argentine consumer is today by Graciela Gioberchio. He is not opportunistic, impulsive or uninhibited, just the opposite. Today's Argentine middle-class consumer is rational, moderate, and even distrustful. In times of tight pockets and uncertainty, he thinks and plans his purchases more and uses the tools he learned in other times of crisis and caution. For the specialists in consumer trends at consulting firms Trendsighty and Kantar World Panel, the 4As help to synthesize and define the new profile of the austere, attentive, managerial, and thrifty consumer. Here the explanation of their behavior when buying. Austero, well away from impulse purchases, a cautious and conservative attitude prevails. Wait and see what happens, as indicated in the latest Trendsighty report that analyzes the impact of the current situation on consumer behavior. Today we are facing a consumption away from pleasure, without impulsive purchases and without room for extreme maneuvers, described Mariela Mosiulski, director of the consultancy. So much so that 30% of consumers surveyed in the recent study stated that they are not allowed to consume something that they have not programmed. For Guillermo Oliveto, president and founder of the consulting firm the austere mode is the great paradigm shift between the consumption of the last year and a half and the last decade. He explains that it started from restrictive issues, such as the loss of purchasing power during 2016 and the rise in utility rates, which made all consumers review their fixed expenses, because electricity, gas, and water, which previously had very low, now they go into the accounts. He remarked, "I don't want to assume commitments in installments in the medium or long term, until I see if sales pick up," confided Luis B., owner of a school bookstore in Barracas. Attentive and somewhat distrustful at this point, the experts agree that price is king. Today's consumer looks very carefully at prices, internalizes discounts and promotions that seem not very transparent to him, sacrifices time and effort to be able to find out and compare, demands to know the price real and wants to be told clearly and forcefully, willing to analyze everything before buying. Today's consumer is very attentive and informed. I would say that he has become a retailer, added Juan Manuel Primbas, director of Kantar Word Panel. It is that in front of the gondolas, he explained, an alert attitude predominates. The buyer is hypersensitive to the prices of the products, compares them permanently and then plans what, where and how to buy. First of all, the consumer looks at the final price and then incorporates it or not into their spending plan, Mosiulski said. In the Trendsighty report, 80% of consumers said they search and compare prices before making a purchase. It is something, he continued, that is already incorporated into his DNA. He is not easily tempted by promotions or offers. He allows himself to break agreements with brands and resort to strategies already proven in other times of crisis. In Oliveto's vision, it is the same austere way that makes him pay attention, because he no longer validates any price, and where he sees it is worth it, he buys. We are facing a supply market, with more competition, less temptation, and more precision, he summarized. Manage and prioritize expenses. With the rise in fees and costs, it is more than ever necessary to optimize spending. It happens in all families, either because the money is not enough for them, and if it is enough now they have more things to spend it on and more reasons to take care of it. To balance the monthly budget, the consumer looks for other places of purchase such as wholesalers, neighborhood fairs, local businesses, distributors with home delivery, closed purchase groups on social networks, loose products, and second-hand sales. Save as much as you can. They basically save on entertainment, durable goods and fixed expenses. I stopped contracting the cable because I only watch series on Netflix, and I cancelled the landline because I always use my cell phone and I'm home a little, said Pablo L., a single and medical student from Castilla. Mosiulski explained that families make an effort to support certain categories of the basic basket of food, hygiene, and cleanliness, evaluating price, brand, and quality as well as basic services, water, electricity, and gas. They are the must-haves. At the other extreme are the postponable. 91% of those surveyed by Trendsite believe that in the remainder of 2017 they will have to reduce, or not incorporate, spending on outings and entertainment outside the home, household appliances, tourism, clothing and footwear, and home repairs, among others. And there are the untouchable categories that the middle and upper middle classes do not give up: connectivity, children's education, and health. Consumers put into play strategies such as changing schools. They resort to private parochial ones, for example, which, having a greater state subsidy, charge lower fees, prepaid or cut back on extracurricular activities. To stay connected, they change their plan or seek cheaper options. In short, explained Mosiulski, the consumer knows well what the tactics are to be able to save. He has the waist to adapt, he is alert to changes that may be imminent, and he reacts quickly and in the short term, applying a toolbox that he learned to use in previous crises.